All right, I am here and I am taking a first look at Juno New Origins for the first time. Having played Kerbal Space Program 1 and 2, I have some knowledge of games like this. The closest comparison to Juno New Origins being Kerbal Space Program. So, let us get started. I'm just checking that everything is working and good. Okay, that's good. We're at 1440p. And yeah, awesome. Let me close this. Let's close that. I like closing all these windows that I had open prior to starting. All right, that's good. We just have open what we need. And all right, let us begin. I haven't really seen much about this game. I've seen a couple videos here and there that touch upon it, but I've never really jumped into it. Jaykrown Industries. I will be trying the career mode. Complete contracts, conquer milestones, and explore landmarks to earn money and tech points. Unlock new parts and capabilities in the tech tree. Okay. Congratulations on starting your own aerospace company. It's a tough business, but with my connections, I can help you succeed. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Algernon Fizzlebottom. That name. I have recently inherited my grandfather's research company, and I own many technology patents. I don't have time to chase the stars myself, so I've decided to offer incentives to new aerospace companies to help them get started. Let's go to the tech tree and see what I can offer you. Would I like to close this tutorial? I would not like to close the tutorial. Here's the green. There we go. Okay, tech tree. You can earn tech tree points by completing milestones and visiting landmarks. Use them to unlock new parts and perks. Welcome to the tech tree. Click on the Druidman side to see what technologies it contains, and then click unlock. This one won't cost any tech points, so it's a great bargain. The Druidman side. Okay. The max amount of druids that can be hired in the current sandbox. Druid. A mysterious being that resembles an earthling. They can be a bit fragile, but are great at exploring and piloting. You can put them into cockpits... Excuse me. You can put them into cockpits, cabins, or seats to control your crafts even when out of power, and get them out in flight to have a walk. Wow, they have a price. So straight up, immediately, price tag on the life of a druid. The price of a druid is $1,578. And the mass is 116 kilograms. Interesting. But they immediately put a price on the life of a druid. Well, we don't even know if they're alive, technically, based on this description. All they say is that they resemble an earthling. They may be a robot. We don't know. We don't know. Unlock 0 tech points. Ooh, satisfying. Fantastic. Now unlock the... Why am I saying the when there's no the? Fantastic. Now unlock common ground. It is also free. Label. Displays text for labeling stuff or whatever. Cool. Camera, attach your okay. So these are very basic things. This gives us the ability to view things in flight. Now it is up to you to choose your path. Do you want to start with backyard scientist and build rockets, or start with RC enthusiast and build cars and planes? You only have enough tech points for one, so choose wisely. Okay, we're definitely gonna build rockets. Okay, we only have enough for one. We have 10 tech points. There's backyard scientist, and there's RC enthusiast. But yes, supposedly we can only choose... Oh, we only have enough for one, but I thought I assumed it said, never mind. We're gonna go backyard scientist. We get command disk gyro. The amount of volume in a command disk dedicated to store gyroscopes. These can point to craft, but can be slow and expensive. A solid paste, easy to store and cheap to produce. That once ignited can't be turned off. So that's solid fuel type. This is our first motor. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. The favorite toy of any rocket nerd. And we get a wing and new contracts. All right, let's unlock it. You don't have access to any more technologies for now, so let me show you how to get more tech points. Click the back button at the top left to exit the tech tree. Open the career dialog. This is where you will find contracts. By completing them, you will get money necessary to launch new crafts and better launch locations. You can see your currently available funds at the top of the screen. Okay. Milestones. In order to use my patents, I need you to prove that you deserve it. For this, I have set up these milestones. By reaching them, you will earn tech points, which you can use to unlock new technology in the tech tree. You can see how many tech points you have at the top of the screen. Okay, we currently have 0 tech points. Click the exploration tab. Drew. Ah, so these are all the planets in the game. Here you can find the exploration related milestones. Click on Drew. Here are the landmarks you can visit and additional milestones you can do in each celestial body. You can click them to see more details. Okay, so these are locations. These are okay, locations, milestones. We can easily reach these milestones, right? I mean, they're not something to reach. We can easily do these things, right? So this is the amount of orbits that we've achieved. Hyperbolic, how many unique crafts have managed to get their eccentricity above 1? Interesting. We have a lot of learning to do. Even though I have many hours in Kerbal Space Program 1, I'm trying to take it slow and pretend that I'm like completely new to this. While also keeping my previous experiences in mind. Here are the landmarks you can visit and additional milestones you can do in each list. Okay, we already read that. Let's go back to contracts and accept a contract. It's time to start your career. Vertical shot. When you start to send your fireworks high enough, hitting a house in the village can become a huge problem, but going too far will make finding the scraps annoying. Try to crash no further than 20 kilometers, but no closer than 500 meters from the launch pad. So interesting. Our first contract is to crash within a specific range. Very nice. All right, let's start the tutorial. Let's go. Camera and mouse controls are fully customizable. Oh, nice. That's very nice. Fully customizable camera and mouse controls is very nice. All right, so I'm holding right click, and that's moving us in this current plane. If I left click, what happens? If I left click and drag, then it moves us around this single point. This is the, I'm reading down here. This is the command pod, and it's the brain of your rocket. Try to keep it safe. You can't control your rocket without it. Let's build a rocket. The first step is to add a fuel tank below the command disk. Okay, it's similar to Kerbal Space Program, where I can actually middle click that to focus on it, and then right click to drag. But if I want to refocus, then I can middle click it again. That's very nice. All right, it's telling us to click here, add part, structural, fuel tank. Mass and price vary with size. So I think everything in this game can be resized. Drag the fuel tank. Okay. Click and drag. Resize the fuel tank to match the desired size. Ooh, very nice. Yes. Yes. You know what I'm gonna do, right? You know what we're working up to, right? Now let's add a nose comp. Cool. Connect the engine. All right, we gotta click here, click and drag. Very intuitive. Very intuitive. Start with the base, move the wing down, the tip of the wing. Now we can enable symmetry mode on this fin. Okay. Oh, this button here, symmetry tool. Mode, disable. Mirror. Cycle through the modes until you get radial 4. Okay. Close that. Now let's enable the gyro on the command disk. The gyro can help stabilize the rocket when it's in flight. Indeed. What is it asking me to do? Let's enable the gyro on the command disk. Click the part properties button on the left. Okay. Volume for gyros. Define the percentage of the available volume to use for gyroscopes. Change the volume to 25%. We have successfully built our first rocket. Click the launch button at the top right and launch from the Juno Village pack. We are going for our first launch in Juno New Origins. Press space to activate your first stage. This will activate your engine. Since it is a solid engine, once ignited, you won't be able to stop it or adjust its power. All right, let's do it. At the bottom of your screen, you can find the main dashboard. AGL and ASL altitudes. AGL is your distance to the ground. ASL is your distance to sea level. Click the button on the right side of the screen to show the nav sphere panel. This button. Click the lock heading button to enable heading lock. You can change between surface and orbit speeds. Okay. Click and drag anywhere on the blue nav circle until your pitch is set to 70%. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Wait, how do I... Click the lock velocity prograde button on the right to unlock your heading from prograde. Click the lock heading button to enable heading. Oh, did I mess something up? Oh, I clicked the prograde button. See, if I click this, it changes to lock velocity prograde. Okay, I understand. You can use the nav sphere to change your rocket's heading. Okay. So we want to head east. Open the nav ball. Yes, we know, we understand the nav ball. Oh, here we go. Switch to map mode. Ooh, interesting. We've exceeded 10 kilometers at this point. We're definitely not gonna make it into orbit. Interesting how the engine fired off more slowly near the end of it. Time to touch down. No need to survive this one. Well, we don't have anyone on board, so we have exceeded 30 kilometers. Very, very nice. Also, by the way, 160 frames per second right now. I am going to take this physics engine and take it to the limit and back. Very, very nice. I think in reality, once you reach space and you're out of the atmosphere, doesn't it get very dark? I don't think you can actually see stars, right? Unless you're on the other, oh, oops. Unless you're on the other side, unless you're on the dark side of Earth, because the reflection of Earth makes it nearly impossible to see any light sources. I don't know if that's correct. Here's our surface velocity. Yeah, so we're probably going to start burning up in a little bit. We're going pretty fast. And I don't think I have any control over anything. Oh, I do. The gyroscopes in the command module are allowing us to change direction. All right, now it's starting to catch atmosphere again. I can tell because of the way it is. Well, because of the way the rocket's moving. It would be nice if there was some sound while we were catching atmosphere, some air resistant sounds. We are 500 meters away, and we just need to crash. So we went higher than 25 kilometers, and now we are crashing. But away from the village. Oh, there are 2 orbiting bodies around Drew? Interesting. Well, bam! Your craft exploded on impact. You have completed the contract vertical shot, and we just made $4,000. End flight. We got 30 tech points. Interesting. Exit the flight scene and keep this as an active craft in case you want to resume control of it later. Okay. It got destroyed, so we're not going to do that. Retry and recover craft. If it's close enough to a recovery location, you can scrap its parts for money. Very nice. This craft cannot be recovered because it is destroyed. Would you like to save this flight and exit? Save flight. We'll save our first launch. Yeah, and there was they went full, this game, as far as I know, that was very clean. That felt very, very clean. That first launch. So now we have 40 tech points. So we can unlock RC Enthusiast if we want to now. It would give us a cheap motor, tires, structural panels, car wheels, and new contracts. But we're not going to do that. I want to launch things into space. We can mess with flight and all that later on. As far as I know, this game at least seems to have decent aerodynamics simulation. Catch them all. All right, we get a parachute, a drogue chute. So this star is an item, and then these are elements of an item, right? Like here We got solid fuel type, command disk gyro. We got crew limit, but the Druid is the thing. The star. Yeah, I understand that. That's very understandable. All right, so we can get staging. So it increases our max stages. We get interstage, which is an item that we can place, and new contracts. With chemistry lover, we will get fuel lines. Pressure fed engine, the bell nozzle. Ooh, interesting. Different engine nozzles and engine types. So you can put the bell nozzle on either engine type. Carolox, which I assume is jet fuel mixed with liquid oxygen. This increases our rocket engine size. We get a new engine, the Gnome engine, indicated by a star as a new item. And we get new contracts. Interesting. So do we want parachutes, staging, or do we want a new engine and fuel lines? Well, it depends. Let's go back to career. And what do they want us to do? Reach 30 kilometers. Select your command disk and blow up the craft before it goes too low. Okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking I want to go for this one. I think we get even more contracts from that. Mucho gusto. Buck Marshall. So this is one of the quest givers. All right, let's accept this contract. We can do this. We got over 30 kilometers last time. We just didn't blow up the craft before it went too low. Ah, nice. It gives us a blue check mark. If we make contact with the surface, if we fly by, hyperbolic orbit, elliptical orbit. I always call this captured orbit, but elliptical orbit, landmarks, and milestones. Wow. Yeah, and Drew has 3 moons. Very, very cool. I'm wondering, is there a way to look at the map? I don't want to mess with that. Yeah, so we just got those new things. So how do I get to the build? Here we go. This is very interesting to me because I feel like there's so many things we can make. Druid. So if I right click that, I can just edit it. Nice. I can't see any details about these engines when I'm clicking on them. This engine is much more expensive. $30,000 versus 789. It's so interesting to me. So you attach a camera to your craft to add new views that you can cycle through during the flight. We only have, I'm assuming the drogue chutes will be in control and descent. But as for our current contract, we don't need to worry about landing. We just need to be able to destroy How do I edit the text on it? There's a crew assignment. Okay. What is this? On start. Oh. Is this some type of... I think this is some type of programming system. Right? I think I did read something about this. Yeah, this we are not gonna worry about right now. And I'm gonna stop messing with this. Here's how you delete. You click and drag to the delete. There we go. All right, let's launch and let's complete this contract. I put a camera on it just to see what happens. Exit designer. Okay. Launch. Flight termination system. Blow up your craft mid-flight. We need to reach 30 kilometers above ground level. And then somehow, I don't know how to terminate, but I assume that click this to recenter. Oh, that's very nice. So I can look around anywhere and then just click that to recenter. That shows us our active contracts. This changes our camera view. Don't know what I'm looking at here. I think we're looking straight up. Yeah. I think this camera, when you click this camera parts and then you click camera, it puts you, oops, wrong button. It puts you in this view. So we're looking straight up when we click this. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, here's the map view. I haven't unlocked the map view yet. Okay, we need to unlock it in the tech tree. All right, let's do it. Oh, the camera's making us drag. The camera's actually giving us drag in the direction of the camera. Here's our apoapsis. I don't know if we're actually gonna reach it. Oh, okay. It just jumped. So we definitely made it. Okay, here we go. You've reached the necessary altitude, but now it's time to blow this thing up. You can select a fuel tank by clicking on it. This will show you a menu with more details about the part and a nice orange button. That is where the boom begins. Okay, we click that. And then we click that. Fuel tank will be destroyed as soon as you unpause. And we can do the same thing to the command disk. Okay, unpause. It went boom. All right, we made 8,000 by blowing up a rocket. Very nice. We got another 10 tech points. Yeah, we can't recover, but we can save play. Save and exit. Aha! All right, we have 2 new contracts now. The first step before hoping to get into space is getting some horizontal speed. Launch a new craft, start grounded at the village, crash at least 30 kilometers away from the village. This one is go higher than 10 kilometers above ground level. Make sure the explosion has more than 3,162 boom power in a single fuel tank. Boom power? What is boom power? Are those some sort of unit? Must be completed within 30 days. Ooh. Time limit. Interesting. Okay, I think we're gonna do this one. I mean, we can do both of these. I'm not sure. Okay. So this one, create a fireworks spectacle by blowing something up with enough kick at a high altitude. So it's what we just did, but with a bigger rocket. Let's do going sideways. This rocket, as it stands, will not be able to get the job done. Okay, so it automatically puts it on that plane when I move it up and down. I keep trying to lift it up like in Kerbal Space Program, but the ground follows it. So there's no way to do that. But that's okay. So what I'm trying to do is something like that, right? We can make it a little bit thicker, and then we don't even have enough money for one of these things. What if I go Here. Symmetry tool. Aha! That's what I'm looking for. So now our delta V is 2,000 meters per second. We have a huge thrust to weight ratio. We don't need that much thrust to weight. And honestly, we can still rely just on one of these things. A 1.35 thrust to weight is actually very good. So as far as this stands, this should get us to where we want to go. Now, is there a way for me to make sure that it doesn't tip over on the launch pad? Well, we want fins, right? Definitely want fins. Maybe we can make it rest on fins. Yeah, let's do something like that. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna save. Second. I will just do number 2. Okay, exit designer, launch, Juno village pad. We're gonna try and achieve this goal. All right, that's already facing east. And we need to crash at least 30 kilometers away from the village. All right, there we have it. We're kind of leaning quite a bit. I think it's because our control module is not... Yeah, I can't control it. Rip. Oh, we reached, we broke the sound barrier. We completed tier 3 of Drew airspeed. We completed tier 3 of Drew airspeed by exceeding Mach 1. So we broke the sound barrier before we crashed. All right, so if I click retry, I assume it's just going to, okay, recover, no. Yeah, save flight, exit. We need a stronger, here, this is what's wrong with our design. Simply, we need that, and then we need to click that, click the part properties, the command disk. Okay, so I can't put more gyro volume for battery. It's not letting me put more gyros in it. I assume that that's the Okay. Oh, there's a maximum of 25% that you can put in there. Look at this thing. Yeah, okay, so it does change the amount. 300 Newton meters, 100. Yeah, it does change the amount. Okay, I should have looked at this number before I changed it. But we've scaled up our rocket. All right, exit designer, launch. All right, this should work now. We just didn't have control over it. Also, I think we started leaning a little bit too early. I can start turning a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to turn it manually. Yeah, see, I'm trying to change the thrust, but there's no changing it because we're using a solid. Yeah, I kind of like this heading thing. Very intuitive, and it allows me to make maneuvers. Let's get us going sideways if possible. I don't think it's possible though. I don't know if this engine has gimbaling. It doesn't feel like it. Definitely doesn't feel like it. All right, it definitely seems like we're going to make it. So I'm going to speed up time and see what happens. Increase warp speed. So it seems like the fastest we can go is 2x speed. And then warp speed can only be activated once you're outside of the atmosphere or grounded. That's pretty fair. It always seems like, I mean, always. It seems like between Kerbal Space Program and this game, the calculations required to do the aerodynamic simulation are significant. And the game doesn't like it when you try to speed up time while you're in atmosphere. Oh, nice. Look at the air trail being caused by that. That's a nice effect. Yeah, we weren't going fast enough to, Oh, look at the pieces go flying. Very nice. We made $40,000 by doing that. Very, very nice. And now we have 85 tech points. So we can do some interesting stuff now. We can, instead of crashing into the ground, we could use drogue chutes to slow ourselves down. This gives us monopropellant, RCS, multi-directional RCS. Ooh, very nice. And a new engine, the Spirit engine. Very nice. This gives us solid booster, cone nozzle, tubular grain, a solid propellant with a hole in the center, resulting in a ramping up thrust curve. Interesting. Double anchor grain, a solid propellant grain that results in a ramping down thrust curve. Oh, interesting. So these are your modifications to the fuel type you're using. And then we get a solid booster, the Ifrit. Powerful and cheap, but inefficient. Cannot be shut down once ignited. Old school. Gas generator is a powerful type of fuel injection, capable of respectable chamber pressures. Oh man, this is a lot for me to take in. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. Engine nozzle, and this allows us to increase our engine size. And we get a new engine, the Mage engine. So this is a main thrust engine. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I want to look through all that. It's kind of a little bit overwhelming. For right now, I think we're gonna just focus on this more basic stuff. We're gonna get the drogue chute and see how the parachutes perform. And I want to try staging. This is gonna allow us to do a lot more. Having parachutes and staging, absolutely. All right, this is asking us to go 100 kilometers away. This is asking us to drop a rocket in the ocean. Unlock novice managers in the tech tree to increase the max number of available contracts. Novice managers. Oh, Jason, welcome. What are my thoughts on Juno? Thus far, it seems very smooth. It's very smooth. Here's novice managers. So we can have more max active crafts and max contracts offered. And we get map view. I want to unlock map view. Let's unlock map view. But yes, definitely enjoying Juno thus far. I haven't run into anything that has made me question the quality of the game. Okay, so I want to build a rocket that can reach the ocean. So we're gonna scale it up. We're gonna just scale it up. We're going big. We're going big. How do I oh, click and drag. Very nice. Okay. right, our thrust to weight is now 0.29, and that is unacceptable. So I am going to click and drag this, and then I am going to change the symmetry mode until we have a respectable thrust to weight. Okay, it seems like these are... There we go. Yeah, I haven't played Juno because I had regretted buying Simple Rockets 2. What made you regret it? If I may ask. All right, we've got a thrust to weight of 1.75. At least it'll make us get up there faster. So let's do that. I thought it was a rip-off KSP clone. You know what? Even if it was, I wouldn't see anything wrong with that. I think that we need more games trying to do what Kerbal Space Program is trying to do. But that's my opinion. All right. So every time we increase the size of our rocket, the launch fee also increases because it's $1 per kilogram. All right, we've got to... Oh, wait, what? What just happened? We have an active contract, don't we? Wet rock. Oh, we never accepted it. You cannot accept or cancel contracts while in the flight scene. Okay. Let me end flight. We'll recover the craft to get our money back. I forgot to accept the contract, is what happened. And then this one is progression. So this we have to launch with a payload. Okay, it wants us to expose a probe over 80,000 meters. That's why I had originally bought Simple Rockets 2. I love building rockets and blasting them off. I also have Mars Horizon. I think I actually just recently saw that for the first time. Mars Horizon looks interesting. Yeah, it's also on sale right now. I don't know if it's currently... Is it still being developed? It seems like they're making a sequel, Mars Horizon 2. And Mars Horizon is no longer in development. Interesting. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'll put that on my wish list. All right, here we go. Drop a rocket in the water. So now we have map view. So I should be able to click this button now. Aha! Okay, where are we? We are somewhat far from water. So let us go northwest or south or northeast. It might be best to go northeast and try and land over here. All right. Regardless, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, that is very loud. Audio. Okay. That's still very loud. Okay. That's still very loud. Okay, that's a little better. All right, so we're gonna try and go northeast. We're gonna try and go over here. Yeah, we're cooking this time. We're over 600 meters per second now. We're going fast. Now the question is, will we make it? Now, if we had gone west, we would have made it by now. I don't think we're gonna make it. Juno looks a lot different from the 2.5 hours I gave Simple Rockets 2. Looks like I'm gonna give Juno a chance. I would. I've been enjoying it so far. It's been a very smooth experience. I don't know the depth that we're going to experience, but it's been good so far. So we are not going to reach... Yeah, there's our apoapsis. We are not going to reach the water. But if we had gone west, we would have reached it. So can I... If I end flight, retry, undo. We're not doing an Ironman run. Our first run in Juno career mode is not an Ironman run. So we're going to retry and we're going to go northwest instead. Northwest. I'm just gonna overall turn the master volume down to 80%. Yeah. Just feeling a little bit loud. So we are headed in that direction. And the closest water is... Oh, and I can change the speed with period and comma. Closest water is going to be in that direction. Okay, we just exploded. So let's retry again. We got up to 900 meters per second and the wings broke off. I think it's because I tried turning too rapidly and it put a lot of strain on the wings, and then the whole thing just disintegrated. Yeah, we're going in the direction we want to be going now. There we go. Yeah, finish off the rest of the fuel. No, see, now we don't have the rotation of the planet. Oh, heat. Yeah, see, it says part fin is taking damage. It's really cool how it fades out. Are we gonna make it? It's gonna be very close. It's gonna be very close. We may land on the beach. Oh, we also may burn up on re-entry. I think what we need is a more sustained burn. We have too many engines. So we're getting too fast too quickly. And then also, yeah, we're definitely gonna burn up before we re-enter. Here, if I do velocity, locked velocity prograde, hopefully it'll angle us a little bit better. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna make it, but we're probably gonna burn up though. We have no heat shielding, and now we're hitting atmosphere. Oh, we're gonna make it. Gonna be close, but we're gonna make it. Aha! Very, very nice. We made it. We made $50,000 for that. Very, very nice. Now, this one wants us to go to space with a probe. Now, what happens if I click start tutorial? What happens if I click start tutorial? Okay, here, this progresses the tutorial. Let's start with the same rocket we built for the vertical shot contract, minus the nose cone. First, let's attach the payload. Let me turn the music down a little. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. First, let's attach the payload. This is what the customer wants us to bring to space, so be careful with it and try not to damage it. Okay. So this box is the payload button. Sounding rocket payload. All right, put that on there. Now let's add an interstage. It splits the rocket into multiple stages. Okay, so we just put that around the engine. Now let's add another fuel tank below this. All right, it wants us to make this one a little bit larger. So we do that. Do that. And bring it down. Okay, we figured out how to get the engines to be symmetry mode. Now let's duplicate it. I think they just want us to add one extra one, right? Oh, no. Radial 3, it says at the bottom in the blue text. There we go. Now close the symmetry panel. Right click and drag the fin as we added earlier to clone it. Ah. So you just right click and drag to clone something. And now we do symmetry again. One last step. Let's look at the staging. Wow, this is a very long rocket. Click the pre-flight configuration button on the left. Okay, so this is how we change the staging. Left click on stage 3 to expand it. Left click and drag the second stage engine and drop it into stage 2. Okay, so that engine that's highlighted right here is going to be in the second stage, and then this is going to be, these are the 3 bottom engines. Very cool, and it labels them accordingly as well. Engine bottom 1, 2, and 3, second stage engine. These 2 engines are the same type of engine. They're both the Goblin solid motor. But in the staging screen, it labels them accordingly. That is very nice, I will say. Now click the launch button and see how it flies. Okay, the launch button, you can launch straight from the designer. Previously, I was going to menu, exit. You don't need to do that. You just click this play button here. Now click the button on the right side of the screen to show the nav sphere panel. Okay, we're gonna lock our heading, press space, and we're off. This is the fuel gauge down here. Our throttle doesn't matter because there's solid boosters. We're using solid fuel, so you can't change the amount of thrust. It's just all out. It's very cool how it tapers off though. How it slows down near the end. That's very cool. I will say, that's very cool. Okay, press space to activate your second stage. Haha! Now it's on you. Wait until the rocket goes higher than 80 kilometers and then stage again to expose the probe. Haha! And here's our altitude ground level. We're at 22 kilometers. You can also see it here. Oh, altitude sea level. 80 kilometers altitude sea level. So we're already almost halfway there. I don't know how to see our apoapsis and periapsis. I don't know if we can see that yet. Ah, here we go. Our apoapsis is already almost 200 kilometers. That's the maximum height that we will reach. 188,000 meters. Very nice. So once we reach 80 kilometers, we expose the probe, I assume by pressing spacebar. There we go. We got it. The probe is exposed. And now we can end the flight, and we have earned ourselves $40,000. Very nice. Very, very nice. And this is cool. So this update was recent, I believe. Yeah, they're still working on this game. They haven't abandoned it. That was very satisfying. I've been playing for over an hour now without taking a single break. It's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed it so far. As far as I'm concerned, I've already gotten my money's worth. Yeah, the last update was March 15th, so 5 days ago. 5 days ago. They upgraded the Unity version. They upgraded the Unity version they were on, and many other fixes, tweaks. Yeah, very, very nice. And as far as I can tell, no, not as far as I can tell. Simply, Juno New Origins officially left early access on Steam January 26th. So just about 2 months ago. It hit version 1.0 officially. And I've been very much so enjoying this game thus far. But I will take a break shortly. I've absorbed a lot of information. Although I've played Kerbal Space Program 1 and 2, this does have different elements to it, different UI. Same fundamental concepts, obviously. Trying to simulate real life physics. But I need to take a break. We have more contracts coming up. Light speed, 1 kilometer per second. We've already achieved that. I think we're gonna, I think we completed the last tutorial mission. I think that probe mission we just completed was the last tutorial mission. So we have more contracts that I want to get working on, so we can earn more money. I want our goal to be to get to another planet, one of the moons at least, and see how all of that works. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I didn't want to end the stream like made a cup of coffee, took care of some stuff, but wanted to keep the stream running. I think I was AFK for maybe what, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Let me see. Yeah, about 8 minutes. Okay. So let us continue. I want to crash at least 100 kilometers away from the village. I want to reach 80,000 kilometers, 80,000 meters, 80 kilometers. Okay, so 60 days. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to accept this one. We're going to accept that one because we can probably complete both of these, right? At the same time. I want to complete 2 contracts at the same time for the first time. Okay, this one requires us to explode. Oh, we can remove it. Interesting. I like the milestones. They give a good visual representation of our progress. All right, we have 210,000. We need to crash at least 100 kilometers away from the village. We need to reach 80 kilometers. And we need to go faster than 1 kilometer per second. Okay. We have 90 tech points. So let me see if... Okay. That's landing. I assume this dollar symbol means we get new contracts, right? Like that, and then that. Yeah. That gives us heat shield. We have the parachute. Okay, let's launch it. Let's launch it. We're gonna go launch. Actually, no. We need to make a new rocket to fulfill these requirements. New craft. Let's start from scratch. This is our command disk. We want the volume for gyros to be... That's way too big. Yeah. Okay. I want to add a nose cone. I keep lifting it up to make the floor move, but I need to remind myself that the floor is just the base of the rocket. Because in Kerbal Space Program, the floor of the VAB is the floor, and you can't do this. See? But in this, the floor is transparent, really. You can go through it. It's okay. So if I want to add a fuel tank, I don't have to lift this up, right? I can just click and drag it and do that, and it'll automatically move for me, which is an important distinction to make. Okay, so we have 210,000. This is 30,000. I don't know if we want to be using this engine because the contract we have is only worth... It's not worth that much. It's not worth it to do that. That looks like a good dimension. Yeah, look how small these engines are. I want to find, we have to push the game, right? Push it to the limit. Push it to the limit. There's 6. Okay, cool. All right, we have the thrust to weight that we need. Seems good. All right, if we take this... Okay, we need what we really need is another stage. So let's add interstage. We need another fuel tank. We need more engines. I'm just gonna put one engine on that. Isn't there a way to... Ah, yeah, I forgot that you can change the part properties of everything. So instead of adding a whole bunch of small rockets to that, we can just make rocket engines. Instead of just adding a bunch of small rocket engines to that, we can actually increase the size of the engines we're using. That's what I was trying to say. Stage activation type. Interesting. Man, there's a lot. There's a lot. But I feel like once I understand these pieces, I'm just gonna be off to the races. Seriously. All right, let's do it. We've got the thrust to weight. And save. And let me make sure that I have the contract saved before I launch it. Yeah, we've accepted the contract. Yeah, we can definitely complete at least one of these. This craft has one or more issues and cannot be launched at this time. The craft is too tall for the selected location. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the max size is 10 meters. How tall are we? We're 11 meters. So if I just go and make it slightly shorter, are we good? Are we good then? There, 9.94. There we go. Interesting. I don't know why they would have a height limit. I assume that's to keep people from making like ridiculously long rockets. Also, that's very interesting that they have a giant downward slope as the runway. That's kind of funny. Yeah, let's launch it. Let's go. All right, we want to be heading east. Yeah, the audio seems to be stacking. Each engine is stacking on top of one of another. Each engine sound is stacking on top of the other, which is not ideal, because it means the more rocket engines you have, the louder it's going to be, right? That should have some type of limitation. This is the heaviest rocket that we've launched thus far. Oh, we didn't put any wings on this, but it seems like it's pretty stable, so I think we're okay. I wonder if there's a hotkey to get rid of this. So the plan is, once we burn all of our fuel, we're going to stage, and then we're going to go pretty much horizontally. It's stable because of the gyroscope. Here's the stage delta V. I like this UI. It's very informative. Oh, I love that wind down on the engines because the fuel tank's running out of fuel. Ah, oh, so nice. Here's our acceleration. No, let's not tilt yet. Let's go, yeah. Locked velocity prograde. All right, staging. And we're still accelerating. We need to reach space, right? What's our apoapsis? Trajectory. Okay, I can't make this any longer. I kind of wish I could. There, we just hit an 80,000 meter apoapsis. So I'm going to angle ourselves horizontally. And we are going to increase our surface speed. We probably should have put another engine on there. That texture for the control module is kind of strange. It's like a metallic, wrought metallic texture. Yeah, we got light speed. We're definitely gonna crash 100 kilometers away. I'm gonna start burning retrograde to slow ourselves down. Actually, well, we can burn anti-target. Yeah, let's do that. No, we'll just burn retrograde. If we look here, I mean, we're absolutely gonna crash 100 meters away. But we don't want to come in so hot that we burn up in the upper atmosphere. So here's our lateral speed. And as now we're past our apoapsis, slowly we're going to start to fall back down, and the whole way down, I want to decrease our lateral to 0. I want our lateral to be 0. And then once that gets to 0, I'll start burning straight up and down. Well, I would if I didn't run out of fuel, but I ran out of fuel. Smoke plumes, welcome. I do not understand the language you were speaking. But yeah, we can speed this up. We'll go 2x speed. It doesn't allow us to go faster than 2x speed while in atmosphere, which is a limitation. It's a limitation, but it's okay. We should probably head, yeah, let's head prograde. That'll keep us from burning up. We probably will still, oh no, we're slowing down. We're good. We're hitting atmosphere right now. That shaking is us hitting atmosphere. There's no sound for it though, unfortunately. It would be nice if there was some type of atmospheric sound that would occur. Air resistance sound. Here, we'll move away from it while it explodes. Boom. We completed both of the contracts in one launch. So we dropped a rocket far from the village and we achieved space speed record. And we got a total of 160,000 Druid dollars. All right, I think with that, I'm gonna leave it here. I've been going for just over an hour and a half, and I've had a great time thus far. I look forward to coming back to this, but it's a lot of information to absorb in a short period of time. And it's been an enjoyable experience. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be on with more Juno New Origins in the near future. Thank you.